Yo, what is going on, guys? What is up? What is up? Hope everyone is having a good night. Hope everyone's doing well tonight on this Wednesday. I always get my days mixed up. I don't know what the fuck's going on half the time. But I want to appreciate everybody for joining up. Yeah, so I was supposed to start streams last week, and I was so busy with other stuff. Usually I have 2 streams a week by myself, and I haven't got a chance to do that. Shame on me. So we're starting up this week. We'll have another one sometime this week, maybe Friday. But there's obviously a lot to discuss here. Now you're going to an important game, NFC matchup on Friday. A lot of questions going into the coaching staff, the roster, and we're talking about week 2. Okay. At the end of the day, between all our nitpicking, all our complaints, everything that's going on, this is week 2. Sorry, this is week 3. Okay. We've only had 2 weeks of football. That's it. And the Eagles just started practice the other day. So I think everybody needs to relax, chill out. But this is a safe space to complain about whatever we want to do. Okay, because I do the same thing as well. You know what I mean? The issue I'm having right now is will the offense get better? And I feel like the Eagles showed a lot of the same shit on Sunday. Okay, and because when you're running this offense with Kevin Patullo, okay, running the same plays, you're not giving the defense any type of different looks. You're running the same play from shotgun, whether you're in shotgun and you run it 95% of the time, or if you're under center and you're still running it or passing it, however you're doing it, and you're not even throwing middle of the field, you're throwing from the hash mark to the outside. I mean, check the next-gen stats of all of Hurts's targets. They're all in the same vicinity, whether on the right side to the left side. There's other than maybe 3 medium to deep passes, there was no other fucking throw under over 6 yards of this game. So they got to do better. But it's not just Patullo either, because I feel like protection, it's connection to Patullo's play calling. I think we all know this. If you're not running play action, you're not running off tackle, you're not giving the defense anything to worry about. That pass rush is going to stay consistent every single time. They will not miss a beat on the pass rush because they know what's coming. You're not showing different looks. You have to build up to those big explosive plays. And unfortunately, when they tried doing that, and there was a few plays where guys were wide open, by the time the route was done and Hurts should be throwing the ball, pressure in his face. And that's because of the non-diversive play look that you're giving this defense. They're not giving anything to worry about there. So I think this just needs more time. And that's just me. So let me say hi to everybody in the chat. We got Nathan, Chicken Breast. What's going on, dude? Maverick, as angry as usual. Taco, what's going on, buddy? Bleeding Kelly Ruin, what's going on, buddy? Michael, what's up? Nate, what's up? Michael Goldberg, what's up? Hey, Ubisoft, Rainbow Six Siege says Jalen Hurts has not thrown a single pass in the intermediate range of the field. No, he hasn't. It's true. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. It's pretty lackluster right now. Pretty lackluster. What's going on, Blaze? Christopher Patullo was here when Johnson was coordinator, and we collapsed. This is why we have the same exact offense we had 23, but it's stupid to put him in the offensive coordinator unless he's unless he's copying everything Kellen Moore did. Well, he's definitely not copying everything that Kellen Moore did. Now, I don't get how they don't take a page out of Kellen Moore's playbook, or they don't take things from other years that made them successful. Now, I understand that, you're coming off a Super Bowl, so you're not supposed to look the exact same. You have to change some things up, and I get that. And I asked the same question about 2023. Like, if Patullo is so fucking good at what he does, okay, why didn't he take over play calling in 23? I've said this a million times, and I still don't even have an answer for myself when it comes to this. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. That's a, Chris, that's a very good point. Alfredo said this game needs to be explosive. Rams corners are asked, and also the game is important for seeding. Well, yeah, this is playoff implications for the Rams. I mean, the Rams have a good offense. I mean, all across the board. The defense has got to gel for another week, and I think the defense is getting much better. Makuba is turning out to be a pretty good player, and I think he's just going to continue off of that. I think he hasn't even hit his ceiling yet. Jahad Campbell hasn't hit his ceiling yet. Defensive line is starting to, the gears are moving on that defensive line. Zadarius Smith is becoming a major impact. Like, off of 4 practices with the Eagles, he did a pretty fucking good job in that first game. Nolan Smith was pretty good on kind of keeping himself on the edge a little bit, kind of containing the edge against the run, but he needs to do better. Jalix Hunt, nothing crazy, but a few tackles here or there, but nothing much there. I think Ojomo is like top 10 in the league in pressures right now within 2 weeks. Jordan Davis is actually leading the DTs. I'm thinking, what? I read it. I fucking wrote it down. Jordan Davis is leading the league right now at the DTs and second most tackles with 11. Okay, and leads with 3 pass deflected at his position at defensive tackle, which is pretty good. I think he's had 2 really good weeks, but Jalen Carter's got to catch up a little bit. And apparently he's on this injury report with his shoulder still. So he's having issues with what he missed a couple weeks for in the offseason program. He missed a couple weeks, so we'll see what happens, but I think the defense is chugging along nicely. I mean, cornerback 2, I fucking hate it with a passion. But that's just me, though. The Americans like, who's available out there for OC? I don't even know. Don't hire anybody internally. Well, you're not going to hire anybody this year. Okay? Because if Petula doesn't work out, like, they're going to have to go outside. There's no one else to hire. There's nobody else to hire within the Eagles organization. Like, they'll have to go out and get somebody that's brand new. Am I a fan of hiring from within? No, but I'm going to give it a chance. I'm willing to give it a chance. I saw some things from the All-22 all week this week and watched the game a couple extra times. And there's some things that Petula just hasn't incorporated in this offense yet. And, like, there's a few things here. One, you don't want to show all your cards on the table. I understand there's no read options. Where's that? There's no play action fake. There's no running Saquon off tackle. If it's a loaded box, why are you running Saquon up the middle? Why is Jalen Hurts not changing the play? So there's some questionable things, but even if we lost that game yesterday and they kept it close, it wouldn't have been a big deal just because the game itself was more of a bragging rights game than it was a playoff implication type game for the NFC. But Nate said, I think that without a doubt, offense are going to get better as the season goes on. That's just me, though. Stay healthy, and they're obviously going to be dangerous. Too many players. Yeah, and I think you got to give it to like week 6, week 7, dude. You got to give it a few weeks. You can't be like, I mean, this is every fucking year everybody does this. Like, have I said I want to fire this guy yet? No, because I have to be realistic that we need more time. It has to be more time with this. Alfred said Makuba's going to be scared by week 8. I agree. So, Joey, we're in a Super Bowl window. We don't have time for error. No, but this is how they start out every fucking year. They do this every single year. Last year, they did the same shit. What was the biggest problem early last year? Running the fucking ball before week 6. We were look, Jalen Hurts was look, I understand Petula was like, look, I don't want to, I don't like coordinators that are cautious, and I know Sirianni is letting Petula kind of do his own thing and not interfering too much, which he kind of said he's kind of staying out of his way, which I want him to do that because I want all of it. I want all of it to be on Petula at the end of the day, whether he's a success or he's a big failure. Okay. But, we have to just got to give it more time. Here. Easy says, Adoree Jackson's a weak link. I don't trust him or stuff. Devontae Adams, I'm sorry we can get JB in the game or sign a trade for Denzel Ward. Well, I don't think they're making a trade anytime soon. It's too early. It's too early to make a trade. Like, there's probably a lot of teams that aren't going to give up their best corner right now or their second best corner right now, unless they're giving up a lot of picks for that guy. It seems like it's not even Adoree Jackson, like, he didn't play the best game, but he didn't play a bad game. Like, it wasn't horrible. Like, he, fell on himself once. He made himself look stupid. He didn't look as bad as I thought he was going to look in that game. I thought the first game he didn't look good. I thought the second game he actually looked a lot better against KC. You know what I mean? So that's just what it is. I mean, there's nothing we could do right now. Like, I don't think they're they're pulling the trigger on a trade anytime soon. You know, if the Browns lose a few more games and they're not in playoff contention by week 9, maybe potentially, maybe they can get Slay back. Maybe they can get, Darius Slay back if the Steelers don't do well. I don't know, but and we'll see. We'll see. I will give the team until week 6. If we don't see any improvement, we should be really concerned. Yeah, I mean, I would say so. I would say by that time you should be concerned. Yeah. Mark said, my thing is Nick and Kevin were both pass game coordinators and we're getting this. Kind of surprises me. I don't know if Kevin was I don't think Petula was ever. Oh, Petula was a pass game coordinator. Yeah. Yeah. Petula was. For 4 years. The one thing that our biggest weakness right now is literally of what he was coaching the last few years. So you sort of kind of question, like, what was Petullo doing the last few years as a passing game coordinator? I don't know, to be honest. Hold on. These chats are cut off, and I don't know why. So let me fix this quick so we're not seeing something that's cut off here. Okay. Says Dory Jackson's technique just looks bad. So clumsy, like he's never played corner before. Has like a whale out of water. Yeah, I mean, I don't think his transition with his body is great. Like I said, he had a few good plays last Sunday, but I don't think it was bad, like horrible. So I don't, like I said, I'm going to be truthful. Like, do I want him at corner at all? No. I mean, I would love to just bench him and put Ja'Cory Bennett. I want Ja'Cory Bennett to start for one full game. I don't care if he's better or worse. I just want the answer. Can Ja'Cory Bennett handle himself better than a Dory Jackson out there? I'm not really sure, But Nick is just like, he's very positive about Jackson, and he's just getting better every week. I mean, you're talking about a 29-year-old fucking corner right now. That's not even a long-term answer for us, Mark said Dory looked like a deer in headlights at first, but there is progress. I thought there was a little progress. I thought there was a little bit of progress. Like, I don't think he played bad. I don't think he played horrible. I don't think he played good either. I think he was just like, he was all right. He stood in there and did his thing, I don't think it was horrible. George Jackson will be getting tested by Matthew Stafford versus Matthew Stafford playing against two great wide receivers, Puka Nacua. And Devontae Adams, I wouldn't say is anything special, bro. Let's relax on that. I mean, he's still a good number 2 for the team, but I don't think he's like Puka Nacua is who you have to worry about. Like Devontae Adams, nah. I'm not really worried about him too much. So I don't know why you guys are acting so afraid of the Rams so much. Like, they're a good team, but let's just relax a little bit. I don't know why everybody is like, watch out. I mean, every week is a fucking test. Like, at this point, I mean, Tampa Bay could potentially, even after this Rams game, Tampa Bay apparently lost like 3 offensive linemen already. Like, Tampa Bay has already lost like 3 linemen. So, yeah, everyone's dealing with shit. Let's see. Needs an $8 million guaranteed contract with Minnesota this offseason, where he has played nearly every snap. In week 2's loss, had 4 tackles, including 1 for loss on the year. He's allowed just 2 completions on 6 targets, 47 yards for Dory Jackson's been targeted 14 times, 9 completions. His way for 137. Who you talking about? Isaiah Rodgers? Yeah, I haven't seen how he's been doing, but I mean, when the Eagles let Isaiah Rodgers leave, that's where I was kind of. I thought they had a comp pick. See, realistically, I thought they had a comp pick for Isaiah Rodgers. I was like, okay, whatever. But then finding out they just let him walk for nothing. Like, they literally let him walk for nothing, which really sucked, honestly. So. Nate says, should be interesting to see how Nakobe fits in when he's healthy, comes back healthy. Can't see Campbell leaving the field at all. No. I don't know what's going to happen with Nakobe. So Nakobe's supposed to come back, week 5? That's the rumor right now. If he comes back, then I don't know what they're going to do. I don't want to move Campbell, and I don't want to move Vaughn. I have no idea where he's going to fit into this defense, unless they want to use Campbell as like somebody. If they want to put him on the line, I don't know, but I wouldn't waste him there either. I mean, Nakobe Dean, even if he comes back week 5, it's gonna take him like another 4 weeks to like. It's gonna take him another 4 weeks to really get to his normal self. You think he's just going to come back and he's going to be the same player he used to be? No, like he's going to have to. He hasn't hit in a long time. He hasn't tackled in a long time. He hasn't played in the game in a long time. Like, he's going to be out of sync with his own body, because he's been out for so fucking long. Yeah, I mean, Messon says trade Dean for a cornerback. Yeah, potentially he could be trade bait. It's really not. To be honest with you, it's really not. Then. Getting rid of Dean is really going to depend on. It's really going to depend on how much they really value Trotter. That's what it's going to come down to. If they feel good about Trotter Jr., then I could see a trade going down for Nakobe Dean. So we'll see how it goes, but honestly that's not a bad idea, Not a bad idea. So I'm not trading Dean. He's a leader. Look, he's not starting. Leader or not, he's not starting. And he probably lost his job. He lost his job. What are you going to do? Keep him for another couple of years? Unless he's, if he's cheap, then fine. But if you have to let him go to another team that really needs a linebacker badly and you want to trade for something to help you win a championship this year, he's never fucking healthy, bro. I don't get it. Some of you guys are weird because, like, some of you guys, like, for a guy gets hurt every fucking year, I've never seen people defend him so much. Okay. But other guys that just completely suck on this team that are healthy, those guys will get chances all the fucking time. I love Nakobe Dean. Don't get me wrong, but the guy's availability is just not there. Okay. If they didn't, acquire Jahad Campbell or this linebacker core was fucking, just lackluster at this point, then I would probably say different, But great players like Dean can't stay fucking healthy. Just can't stay healthy. If he's not, he's been hurt every fucking year. I don't live on what ifs, bro. What if Jalen Hurts gets hurt? What if Lane Johnson gets hurt? Like, you guys can't be in panic mode every time somebody gets fucking hurt, bro. Like, you act like depth, like you can have perfect depth. No team has perfect fucking depth out there. Like, stop living on the what if situations. Seriously. Like, living on what ifs. It's like, what if this happens? What if that happens? It just makes no fucking sense. Like, yeah, what if? What if I walk out my door and I get fucking, you know what I mean? Like, anything could happen. Anything can happen, but you got to do what you got to do. Got to do what you got to do. What if Jahad Campbell goes down? Yeah, I get it. I mean, I get it. I think Trotter will get playing time. I think they like Trotter a lot. I think Trotter could start right now. I don't think Trotter is the most athletically gifted linebacker, but I think he's had a really strong offseason program. Like, he reminds me of like a TJ Edwards type player. I think he'd be a nice guy at linebacker. So I think you have to give him a chance. Like I said, like, Dean getting traded is going to really depend on how much they like Trotter Jr. That's what's going to come down to. Jalen Ramsey gave up 130 yards last week. I'm good off that. Mexico says Makuba balling. He really is. He is. You know what I mean? Just got to continue it. And he's another guy that's got to stay healthy. He worries me about his health sometimes. You know what I mean? So Fangio said he didn't play perfectly. Probably missed some plays, want to take some plays back. But, I mean, look, that, Travis Kelce catches that ball, the game's fucking over with. I mean, it's over. That game is over with, no doubt. But we might get Mr. Banana Pudding back, Joey. Your favorite DB might be coming back. I have no issue with Slay. I just don't like what he does off the field with his fucking podcast. I have no issue with Slay. At all. Like, Just the shit that he does off field, I can't fucking stand. That's it. That's all it is. I hate you, so Rainbow Six says, can Vic Fangio be the offensive coordinator? No. That's impossible. Like, Vic Fangio was an assistant for the Eagles in 22. He came in like late, or he came in middle. I forgot. Like, he showed up and helped the offense on. He helped the quarterback. He helped Hurts. He helped the offense on defensive looks, and he actually didn't come back as an assistant to help the defense. He came back in 22 as a offensive assistant to help the offense give look on, defensive shots. So he really helped out the offense with defensive looks that year. Dane says, so everyone's sure this is on Patullo. I think it's just early. I think, yeah, it looks like it's on Patullo because he hasn't ran everything in this offense yet, and it's just early. Like, we've only been through 2 weeks of football. That's it. So I think Nick Sirianni has. I mean, Nick already said his press conference he didn't really involve himself. I mean, he lets Patullo kind of do everything, which is fine. Like, of course Sirianni will probably have a little bit of say in the week, but he's not just going to be like quiet. But I think Patullo has mostly the control of what's going on because you want it to be all on him at the end of the day. So I just think they need more time. Like, we could nitpick at every little thing. Like, yeah, are they lacking specific plays? Are they being too predictable? Yeah, of course they are. That's why we have no protection on big explosive plays. And I think that's a big issue. Number one, get Calcaterra out of the offense. He can't block for his cause. We have seen Calcaterra whiff on blocks, and he did it again. First play of the game, he did it. Big shot to A.J. Brown downfield and couldn't get it because he had pressure at his face immediately, So, Chris said, we're still in the preseason in terms of rhythm. Yeah, I mean, we are. You know what I mean? Like, and that's a whole nother thing, too. Like, half of these players, like, they haven't played a full game in months. They haven't played this long in a game in pads in months. They didn't, you know what I mean? So, it's a whole nother thing, too. Am I against how they do the offseason program? Kind of, a little bit. Not too much. Like, I just would like them to play in the first preseason game and be done after that. Like, they can take all the weeks off after the first game. I just hate that they don't even put them in the first series of the first preseason game or something like that. I would probably feel a little bit more comfortable, Dane says, yeah, he'll be happy for AJ Brown deep right sideline bomb at this point. Something different. They said he ran that short slant set 10 times. Yeah. They got to fix that, man. I mean, you're not going to survive playing like this. Not going to happen. Because luckily there's other teams out there that aren't fully gelled yet. Whether you're facing a defense that's not all there yet, an offense that's not all there yet. A lot of teams are not gelled yet. And sometimes it's not great having this big hot start because sometimes that fire will burn out, early in the season. It's hard to play like that from game one. I mean, we really didn't play well last year until week 5, week 6, really after the bye week when we were 2-2, That's just the truth. I think they should play stars in 2 games of preseason, at least a few drives. I would say the first game for a couple series. I wouldn't say 2 games. I would say 1. They'll never do 2. I think 1 is an exception. Browns, how's it going, Shakes? This offense is hard to watch. Passing game is the best. It's frustrating to go through this as a fan every year, especially with the talent we have. I mean, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I know. For a coordinator that has been around a few OCs that have had some success here, and I don't know how it's like we have to build ourselves up again to look like a realistic offense. Like, I don't get it. Whether Patullo was an OC or not, whether he was just on the sideline, like just helping out as a passing game coordinator, whatever the case may be. I mean, for us to just slowly build ourselves again for another year, it is annoying. It is annoying. And number one, you can't keep anyone here long fucking term, and that's another problem, you know? So, yeah, Goddard is back today, by the way. Goddard came back to practice today, so that's going to be huge. So, you know, I'm wondering if, like, when Goddard comes back, I mean, look, Goddard against the Cowboys, I don't know how many receptions, but they threw to him a lot. Second game against KC, they threw to tight ends, what, twice? That's it? It wasn't much. I know it wasn't much. You know? Yeah, Steen's okay. I think his run blocking is way better than his pass protection, but like I said, I think this ends up on Patullo too. When these defenses know what your offense is doing, you're not fooling anybody. This is why some of these rushes are becoming successful, because they know the predictability of your offense. They know what you're doing, so you're not tricking anybody. If you're not, play action faking it from under center, you're not running the ball with Saquon, off tackle. You're not running any read options for people to bite. Like, you're not making the defense worry about anything. So when you're you're running the same play 7 to 10 times, it's a fucking problem, Just like when, Casey's running this full out fucking blitz. I'm like, what are you playing off of that? You're not even throwing a screen. There's no dump off pass. There's no hot, like, where are the fucking hot routes? There's no hot route. There's nothing. I mean, it's just nothing there. Of course, I'm going to be honest. Dory could have played a hell of a lot worse than what he did against Casey. I'm looking forward to him playing better, but also looking forward to how he trade for a guy like Ward. Yeah, like I'm with you, Parker, because like I said, I don't think he played that bad, as everyone was like, oh, he didn't play. I don't think he played amazing, and I don't think he played bad. I think he was like, yeah, he held well. I thought he held pretty fucking well, but doesn't mean I want him to start. Like, yeah, I would love to trade for Denzel Ward right now. I'd like to, get somebody, I want Ja'Cory Bennett to play. I've been saying this like since really, fucking training camp. So I don't think Jackson was bad. Like, I just think we're on him because we know he's not that great compared to guys we've had. And, he's not a future guy for us. He's a 1-year rental for us. That's where we're kind of at with that, That's where we're at with all that. Chris, do you think we can win the game against the Rams? They have way too many great receivers. No, we're fine. Every team has good receivers, bro. I don't know what that means, but I think they only had 10 pistol plays, 9 runs, 30 shotgun plays, 25 passes, 10 under plays, 8 runs. Very easy to predict. Yeah, it was like 95% of the time from shotgun they're running the football. 95% of the time. That's fucking nuts. I mean, if they made it that obvious, I mean, we saw the game. We watched it, so. They say it's just like hammering your head against the wall. It's like the hardest way to get yards running up the gut, 5-yard pass, running up the gut. Yeah, and you know what? Like, I'm hoping that Bigsby gets involved in this offense just a little bit, which is great. You know what I mean? I just think he wasn't caught up yet. I like A.J. Dillon. When A.J. Dillon falls, he's getting yards. But his big ass falls, he's getting some extra yards. But, if they didn't have Saquon Barkley, I don't know what the fuck they'd be able to do. Honestly, I really don't know what they'd be able to do without Saquon. So, you got some matchups this week. I mean, offensively for the Eagles, the Rams starter is out with the broken clavicle. Okay. You got Emmanuel Forbes that's playing against A.J. Brown on Sunday. Okay, we saw how that matchup went when Forbes was a rookie, and it didn't go well for him. The first guy, I forgot his name. I keep forgetting the Rams cornerback. Akello Weatherspoon is his name. That's the dude that I think he scored. I think A.J. Brown scored on him 3 times. It was A.J. Brown's first year with the Eagles, right? The Steelers game. He was a Steeler before he became a Ram. So big mismatch there. But if they decide to, get some safety help or kind of double on AJ, then, you still have Goddard, you still have Devontae Smith, you still have Jahan Dotson, and you can open up this run game pretty nicely. So he shouldn't have been on CeeDee Lamb. Yeah, I don't know what the Eagles are doing. Like, they did this whole thing this past offseason of shadowing Quinyon on the number 1 guy. So They stopped doing that, I guess. And then at the end of the Cowboys game, they forced DeJean on him because they just had no choice at that moment. So there might be moments like that in game where everyone's got to step up. Like, I know you don't want to put Adoree in a bad situation, and you don't want to put that middle. You don't want to keep the middle of the field in a bad situation as well, because this is what happens when you start moving some guys around, and hence why DeJean has gotten some reps at outside corner and at the end of camp for specific reasons. So. Barflies, I want to run the tush push to shove it in the haters' faces, but at the same time, I don't want them to run it unless they need to, because you never want to risk injury. I don't think they worry about it. Well, there's no injuries risk. Like that play, there's no injuries. No one's got hurt on that play. The only player that I think that was hurt on that play last year was fucking Chris Jones in the Super Bowl, because he turned his whole body sideways. He turned his whole body sideways before the fucking play in a stance on the line. Nobody's got hurt. The Eagles ran it 7-8 times. Do you think they care who's getting hurt from that play? Because no one's getting hurt from that play. Nobody is. So every team is going to put their wide receiver on the door because Quinn doesn't travel. Yeah, I mean they're going to have to make adjustments. I mean, they can't do that every game. And you're probably right, but they're going to have to make those adjustments. I mean, Fangio's not fucking stupid. They're going to attack Adoree every single time. How many passes did Quignon allow last week against KC? 2? 3? Besides the one that blown coverage for the touchdown, yes, against Casey, the one that was blown coverage, whether the safety was supposed to be back there, whatever, that play was just a dud. I don't even count that play. I don't even count it. Of course, no one's got hurt, but it's bound to happen. One slip by Jalen, his Achilles could be torn. No. Bound to happen, one slip? Sure, I guess somebody can slip, but who the fuck is slipping on that play? Who's slipping backwards on that play? Realistically. I think they're perfectly fine. They've ran it so fucking much. Nobody's getting hurt. This is why the Eagles have this play this year. No one's got hurt on this play. Nobody has. Like I said, I don't follow these what if situations. What if someone? Yeah, I mean, look, we're gonna play at MetLife this year, and we're gonna be playing on a shitty field where everybody gets hurt. Like, there's nothing we can do about it. It's gonna happen. So we're either gonna be healthy coming out of that game, or we're gonna be fucking perfectly fine. I mean, that game is gonna be all about the D line. They get home, it will be fine if not long all day. Oh no, it's true. Yeah. Not to mask your big weakness at CB2, but yeah, I think your defensive line is going to be so much better, bro. It's so much better. Now, Jalen Carter is still dealing with the shoulder injury, which came up on the injury report again. So I don't know if he re-aggravated it or he's been on this injury still. But he's kind of catch himself under his feet from not playing last week. I don't know how he still has an issue unless he messed up his shoulder again. I don't know. I like Zadarius Smith. I think that was a really good signing. He was already an immediate impact. I think Nolan Smith hopefully will get better. Jalix Hunt was fine. Like, I think that whole line was great. I had no issue with that line. No issue. So, bro, anything, yeah, you're right. You're right. But like, you're worrying about something that is like, you're worried about something that's uncontrolled. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing you have no control over that. Like, nobody has control over that. I have control over whether I put a mouthpiece in when I go into a game and I break my teeth. That I have control about. I don't have control over when I step on the field. I don't have control when I walk across the street. I don't have control. I don't have control when I'm on the road every single day. Like, you know what I mean? Like, outside factors just happen, and it's just going to happen. So all these like bullshit. What if this and what if that and what? Like, I don't live off shit like that. Like, if you live off shit like that every day, then I don't know. But yeah, him holding the wrist could have actually been the shoulder. Yeah, probably, because he was holding his wrist that game. What's going on, Nico? What's going on? Hope you're having a good day, by the way. Ocean, what's going on, buddy? Say what up, Joey. I think D. Smith is going to have a big game this week. I also think the offense will put points up. What you thinking? I hope they look more dynamic than they did last week. That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm hoping for. So, you know. But before we move on with this stream, this is a word from our sponsors. We got a package. Most of you only see my top half, but you never know what I'm wearing on my feet because I wear these every single day. Who's bought big brand boots that take weeks to break in, no durability, your feet always being sore, wrecking your feet every single day, and some of these big brand boots where you feel like you're wearing 100 pounds on each foot? Very annoying. I'm here to introduce to you guys Brunt Workwear. The most comfortable boots I've ever worn, hands down. With other companies, some boots just take weeks to break in, but these took literally minutes. You put these on and you're already pretty much comfortable. Brunt Workwear has every type of boot that you need. There's waterproof, safety toe, soft toe, pull on or lace up, any kind of boot built for any task. As for an example, this is the waterproof Marin soft toe boot, which I absolutely love. Not even the most comfortable and easy to break in, but flexible. And there's a cushion inside all around your ankle area so it doesn't bother you. Even the sole's got a lot of cushion too. Like, it's very comfortable inside and out. For a boot like this, well worth it. I'm using these in the snow. I'm going through my work environment at my 9 to 5 every single day. I'm going in and out of my tail bed of my truck. I mean, I'm using these every single day for any type of task that fits my need. For any job, any project, any type of task you have in your daily life, these things are going to hold up really well. I think a huge plus for these boots is they got some style. I mean, I have to give them a plus for that. I was wearing Brunt Workwear boots before we were even sponsored by them. Brunt Workwear is a company that really believes in what they're making, and they stand behind what you do. So if you order these boots, you don't like them, you can always send them back, and no other brand ever does that at all. To all my supporters, for a limited time, you guys can get $10 off at Brunt when you use the code SHAKE72 at checkout. Just head to bruntworkwear.com, use code SHAKE72, and you're good to go. Click the link in the description. You're not buying ordinary work boots. You're buying high performance gear for the tough jobs out there to do it. Okay, want to thank Brunt Workwear for sponsoring this live stream, and click the link in the pinned comment description below. $10 off your order of boots. They are very good, by the way. They are very, very good. So definitely go check them out. You guys have it. Love you all. All right. See here. SC, what's going on, buddy? If these guys worry about what's happening, they walk on the field, they'll ruin the career before they even hit in the field. It's a full-on contact sport. Yeah, literally, I've this whole entire stream today, and I'm not putting it, these are people's opinions, but there's so many people that are so worried about what if this and what if that, and this guy gets injured, but what if he gets hurt on this player? Why should they run this too many times because of injury? And if you start worrying about shit like that, you can't even fucking play the sport. you're not gonna be able to play the fucking sport at all. Hello, my name is Saquon Barkley, proud husband of Anna Barkley, proud son of Alabae Barkley, proud daddy of the Los Angeles Rams. And guess what? His first big Saquon Barkley, I think, maybe I'm wrong. We played the Saints week 3, didn't we? Wasn't his biggest run, I think, early in the season? I think it was against the Saints. I could be wrong, though. I don't think he had one against the Jaguars. He did have a good run against the Jaguars, but I think his longest run, I think, within 3 weeks was week 3. I'm trying to remember. Riaz, what's going on? Yeah, hit the like button if you guys have. Appreciate it so much. We're going to be on for another 18 minutes. I'm doing a short stream today, guys. I mean, it's the first one, so. As far as this bro chat, I'm not worried about that. All I'm saying is that you're raising the risk of injury when there's no need. There is such a thing overdoing something, and fully support Tush. Yeah, I mean, do I want to run it 7-8 times? Probably not. I mean, I would like a passing touchdown in the end zone at some point. So I get it. The teams that I want to use the tush push on probably 100+ times are the Bills, the Packers on prime time, in a while from now. I mean, there's gonna be teams I want them to run the fucking this shit. Like, don't even throw any passing touchdowns. Run that shit every time you need one fucking yard. Every time you need 1 yard, you know? I'm Ruiz, always here to support. Thank you so much, buddy. Thank you so much, man. I know you're always here. You're always here, buddy. I know that. Hey, it's just a guarantee first down, any 1 yard play, you cannot run it. Yeah, that's true. And you can't not run it. Yeah, I know. Look, I already know that this play is going to be done after this year. Like, trust me, Goodell is going to be swinging votes towards Goodell is going to swing more votes. Okay? Going to swing more votes. You know what I mean? So, got to give it more time. But I think the tush is going to be over with after this. You know what I mean? And don't feel bad if they get rid of the tush. All they're going to say is, "What are the Eagles going to do without the tush push?" And their Super Bowls, the Super Bowl isn't going to count. And well, guess what? During the 70s and 80s, where it was real physical football, half the tackles that you see back in the 70s, 80s, you can't make tackles like that anymore and be that physical anymore. So, do you not count their Super Bowls for those teams? It goes both fucking ways. Is I like our offense against the Rams. As for the defense, Puka and Adams are going to be an issue. If Dory holds his own, everyone should give him props. I thought I gave him props for this past week, honestly. Like, as much as I really don't want to, I don't want to get. Look, I'm going to be realistic and say that I'm not going to like give anybody a pass. Like Adoree didn't play great and he didn't play bad. So I thought he handled himself fine. Then a few little instances, nothing crazy, but still. Rodriguez said, "What up, Joey? I'm excited for the defense going forward. Like you said, week by week, just gelling together isn't showing right now. Yeah, and that's normal. Normal. It is what it is. Like, of course, I want this fucking offense rolling and up. But there's no excuse for Kevin Patullo with the roster you have right now. You make him the OC. You better have this thing gelled up in a few weeks. All I'm saying, because what a wasted year this shit's going to be. It's going to be a wasted fucking year. To promote somebody from within, a brand new offensive coordinator yet again, and after we lost against the 49ers, bro, at 23, I said, I'm going to turn to a different fan that nobody is going to like. I'm going to turn to a different fan that nobody is going to like. And guess what? Nobody liked me. Nobody liked what I had to say about the team. And then the realism came out. Like, there's no more hope anymore. Like, at that point, I was like, it's done. When I think something is done, it's fucking done. So that's where kind of C says, like this look on your stream. Hey, I appreciate it, man. I always number one, I really don't like doing live streams by myself. I never really have ever since I started live streams a long time ago. But I've always tried to like figure out how I want to do it, So I always try different things all the time. But I appreciate the props, bro. Yeah, the offense is still week to week. It is. It's still week to week. Since I'm just nervous about the offense, I don't know what to think, but on the hot routes against the blitz, don't you think it's on Jalen also? He should be able to know when they are coming. Yes. I don't know why he's not calling these at the line. Because I know that Nick has said he's free to do so, right? He's free to call these hot routes, but it doesn't happen. So, not sure what's going to happen, but we'll see. He's got I don't know why, like, if they're all out, if KC has this all-out blitz every single time, like, there's no hot route. The running backs, there's no dump-off pass. Like, where is, what I mean? Throw a quick one to Saquon on the flat. Look at all that open fucking space. It's either a first down or a fucking touchdown with him. So that's where I'm kind of at with everything. Like, I just don't, like Patul said at his press conference that the way they were covering, and I think the way they were covering the Eagles in the secondary, playing a lot of zone, but because you're not, the defense isn't worried about anything. You're not play action fake. You're not doing anything play action fake under center. You're not making KC bite on anything. So that pass rush is going to deteriorate our offensive line. And this is why that some of these explosive plays that were there, okay, we couldn't do a damn thing. Couldn't do a damn thing. This game is very important, yeah. Have some more blood on the background. I might do that. I was actually thinking about that. For now it's just black, but I'm gonna change it up, probably. Phillies, I want to see an old offensive coordinator from the tri-state area in Philly so Jalen doesn't have to suffer. Well, look, if Batul becomes a fantastic fucking coordinator, okay, we should be fine. Like, he's not going fucking anywhere. Usually it was different in Kellen Moore's case because he's been looking for a coordinator job the last 5 fucking years. Sorry, he's been looking for a head coaching job the last 5 years. Really ever since he left Dallas. And the 3 out of 4, what? The 3 out of 4 years with Dallas, they were what? They were top 10, I think like 15 or 16th best. His last year he was there. He was a scapegoat leaving Dallas. Obviously not. Ladies and gentlemen, got into his wrist playbook a few times. I was in like when he needed to play to be called in. They were definitely weren't. No, they're not. They're not. No, they're definitely not. So another week, you know what I mean? Like, I'm waiting. Like, the next couple weeks, I'm waiting for a loss somewhere. Like, I don't know. Like, look, if they could beat the Rams at home and then go to fucking Tampa Bay and beat them, that's a good fucking start for the Eagles. That's a really good start because then Denver, whatever. But your schedule really doesn't get tough until like your back-to-back games on prime time with Detroit and Green Bay. Like, those are going to be tough ones. But it's like a mini bye week that week, so it's really not that bad. It's really not horrible. You know what I mean? I think that's like, if you can get through the next couple weeks, if you could get to 4-0, that's pretty fucking good, bro. Especially in the NFC, that's really good. And you got a division win under your belt too on top of it. You know what I mean? Plus, the Giants are facing KC, and we're going to find out how bad KC is because if we're running 7 to 10 plays of the same thing, and KC actually look that fucking bad, and we start them at 0-2. They haven't been 0-2 since 2014. If the Giants actually beat them, shit. You know what I mean? If KC beats the Giants, that will help us. If obviously, Jane Daniels has this knee sprain, he might not even fucking play Sunday now. I don't know who's Washington facing this week. I don't even friggin' know. Not sure, but appreciate everybody. We got 77 in the chat, guys. You guys have a subscribe channel. Please subscribe. Like the stream if you guys haven't. Either. Appreciate it. Adios says, Joey, you always tell it like it is. No bullshit. True to the game and team. We need to get back to the more playbook. That is true. And look, I appreciate I'm not just gonna like talk about things that everybody is talking about, because if I'm not true to my own self, I think the number one thing on YouTube is that everyone's afraid to share their opinion. I think there's a lot of people that are afraid to give their opinion because they're afraid to get backlash on something. And look, if I'm right, I'm right. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and I humble myself to say that I'm wrong about something, So I appreciate that compliment. It means a lot because that's what it is. Like, here it's uncensored. Here it's literally how I'm feeling, and it's not like I'm not, there's no professional vibe to anything that I fucking do. So that's how it goes. Gustavo, what's going on, buddy? He says, I agree with you, Joey. Even with the success Super Bowl of 24, loading to the Niners in 23 broke me as a fan, and losing to the Seahawks put a nail to coffin for me. Yeah, I get it, dude. 22 was really hard to get over. It was really hard to get over, man. At 23, started going in the right direction, but you can't just get by teams every single week. Look, just like the Eagles getting by teams in 23, just getting by in these heart attack fucking wretched games. The Kansas City Chiefs last year, they won how many one-possession games? 12? Like 12 one-possession games, and two games in a row were because of missed fucking field goals. They won because of missed field goals. You know what I'm saying? John says, I hope Atul picks it up too, but it's fair to say that after winning a bowl, our time frame is finding a new OC was shortened, and maybe all the good ones were gone, and we got stuck with KP. I don't think there was anybody out there. I'm trying to even remember who was out there that I was really roping for. Joe Brady maybe Joe Brady was the only one that was with Buffalo. I think or with the Panthers. I forgot if he went to the Panthers or he was in Buffalo then went to I forgot. Joe Brady I think was the only one. But I think part of it is because they don't want to get an OC that says, this is my offense. This is how I'm going to run it. And this is my play call book, my everything. They didn't want a guy like that. They didn't want a guy like that at all. They want a guy that's going to have a collaborative effort with the rest of the coaching staff. And obviously it worked with Kellen Moore. It worked with Shane Steichen. It's worked. So I'm not going to say it's never really worked before, Yeah, there's no RPOs. Yeah, no read option. Like, I think we just got to be patient. I think it's coming. I think it's coming. We'll see. Rodriguez says, what's your take on Campbell and Andrew and Morrow? So Morrow's been great. Morrow's been fine. Morrow, besides the Monday night game, Morrow Jomo is ranked 9th, top 9 defensive lineman in pressures. He had I forgot how many pressures. It was, I just said it a couple of days ago. If I'm going to take a guess, I think he has like 7 or 8 pressures already within 2 weeks. He's the 9th, I think, ranked defensive lineman in the league. He's been good. Andrew McCoob is great. Ball hawk, capability. I mean, besides that stupid body hit on Mahomes that he got really embarrassed for that, okay? He's got to wrap up. But the open field tackle on 3rd down, and obviously you're seeing the video up top because I want to really showcase this. He had some really good. I think this is the play right here. No, that's not. That's the safety blitz. He was really good. He was really fucking good. Wait, where's that play? Where's that play on 3rd and 1? It was that crucial open I think it's this one right here. There he is right there walking up, right? Yep, this is when he's going across field. This was a great fucking play right here. Boom. Right there. Open field tackle. Boom. He had a really good game. Really good game. And Campbell, besides that stupid fucking, I thought Campbell was good too. I mean, I love Campbell. Campbell is really good. Campbell's pass rush is great too. Even from, you're playing downhill from a linebacker standpoint, really good. His coverage isn't bad either. Always around the football. I mean, guys, it's so hard. It's so fucking hard. I mean, pause. 2 fucking rookies are producing last year. Last year, 24. Quinyon Mitchell and DeJean. I mean, then you have another 2 rookies this year that are starting and producing. I mean, seriously, no team can do this every year. There's no other team out there that produces 2+ guys every fucking. There's not a lot of teams that do this. There's not a lot of teams that have. I mean, look, you're getting rid of some veterans. You bring in some veterans back that at a lower cost, higher age, lower cost, like Zadarius Smith. Zadarius Smith was supposed to actually sign week 1. So I was worried that they only signed Zadarius Smith after week 2 because they didn't like what they seen from Nolan Smith and J. Alex Hunt. But that's not the case. That wasn't the case at all. They signed him because they wanted that Brandon Graham role. That's what Zach Berman said on the report. The report pretty much said they signed Zadarius Smith because they really felt like they needed a veteran that's going to help the young guys out, bring that Brandon Graham kind of presence. Obviously, he's not Brandon Graham. He's not like Brandon Graham. Brandon Graham is one of a kind. But to bring him here, I mean, immediate fucking impact. I mean, just crazy. Yeah, we really don't have we do have the toughest schedule in the league. It makes it harder that we don't have no back-to-back home games. Sucks, dude. It's horrible, Still doing birds 365. What do you mean? What do you mean? So Washington better not play Jaden. They don't need another RG3. And look at that. Look what happens, bro. I mean, look, like everybody, like Jaden Daniels, offensive rookie of the fucking year. But dude, like teams figure you out after a fucking year. Like he's only played, you know, like he only played one fucking game, but still, you know, teams are gonna figure you out. Like they set the edge. They don't give Jaden Daniels any lanes to fucking run through. And look what they did to him. He was a fucking statue the whole entire game. You know, being a rookie, your first year is your first year. A lot of success, NFC Championship game loss, a lot to look forward to for Washington fans. But this is where your second and third year as a quarterback, the way I look at quarterbacks is their second and third year. Second and third year, especially their second year. After you have a successful year like you had, and then teams really try to adapt to the blueprint of what, you know, Jaden Daniels does. And trust me, it wasn't just the first game. Sorry, it wasn't. They looked at a lot of tape from last year. You know what I mean? Batul did say they're coming when asked about the dramatic play call. Yeah, I know it is. That's why I'm giving it time. Like I know that they weren't able to call everything in this game, and there were certain plays that he didn't want to call. Like he didn't want to put Jalen Hurts in a bad situation. Where if teams are playing heavy fucking zone, it's a very hard pass to throw in short window situations, you know, when it comes to that. But some of these fucking routes, though, I really don't like. Like some of them, you're targeting from the hash to the right side. You're targeting from the left hash to the left side. Like middle of the field, like you got to use some slant. You got to do some. Look, KC was running slants on us. Adoree Jackson in the Cowboys game, you know, the Cowboys were running slants on us. Like, I don't know why we weren't doing that. You know what I mean? Like, there's some things that he should have just had in the game. I don't know why he was so afraid to do that with these, like, cautious fucking throws that he's making here, you know? In 23, we had the worst defense in the league. 25, we had one of the best. Not even close to similar years. It's been 2 weeks. Calm down. Yeah. Well, the defense, I'm not even worried. I'm worried about the offense more than I'm not even like worried about anything. I just want things to gel, you know, as the weeks go on. I'm not really even worried. No, I mean, look, you had Sean Desai as your defensive coordinator, then you went to Matt Patricia. Like you never switch fucking DCs in the one thing you don't want to do is switch fucking. You could do it between week 2 to 4, but you can't do it like middle of the season, late in the season. You can't switch there was no leaders on our defense. Like we had nothing to fight for. We lost everything. After that Niners game, they dug the hole, they put us in it, they buried us alive, and we went into a wild card game not even prepared. We had time to fix things, but we had like 4, 5, 6 weeks till that wild card game to fix everything. And we couldn't, unfortunately. So it's Philly thinks that I'm going to the Rams-Eagles game, so we better win. Dude, good for you, man. Hope you have a good time. Philly says we have 2 yak bossers at AJ Spitty. Get these guys going. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Rigo says Nick hasn't taken off KP training wheel. Take off the training wheels yet. Yeah, well, I think Patul has been doing a lot of stuff on his own, but throughout 2 weeks though, like, you know, he's never play called in a fucking game before. Never has, you know. I mean, if this was a rebuilding team, like if we were rebuilding right now and you just bring in a fucking OC that is learning, and I get all that, but for a team that's ready for a championship this year, again, to repeat, you know, to bring in a guy, you know, you know, like I said, got to give it more time. Like, you know, I could say a lot of shit right now, but it doesn't mean anything, you know, because it's only been 2 weeks. This, like I said, this was week 6, week 7. Oh yeah, I'd be pissed, you know. I'm not even really pissed now. Like I believe that Patul is going to add more to the playbook, but he's got to change up what he's doing scheme wise. He's got to change up how they look offensively, what they're doing from under center, read option. I mean, they have to change some things because you do not allow a team to blitz you that much and you make no adjustments off of it. And then you just let them keep doing the same thing and you let Hurts sit back there, either to get killed or Hurts will sit there for 10, 15 seconds because the routes aren't even fucking done yet. I mean, they're not even done yet. If a defense knows the play, I'm trying to discuss this the right way because I'm not good at discussing things like this. Like, obviously, if you're predictable and they could read what you're doing, you're not going to trick. The KC's defense was never tricked the entire night. We just were better. We were better even running the same fucking plays against them because they didn't look great either. You know, I'm trying to. I wanna actually bring up a play here, if I could do it. Let me. I want to show you guys a play. I want to show you a couple plays actually. So let me do that really quick. We're actually 2 minutes over where we're supposed to be on, but let me show you these two things quick, and then we'll kind of Eagles OT. All right, so I'm gonna put it in the OTAs folder. Hold on. Media source. All right. That was the first play of the game. And obviously really bad fucking blocks. Like horrible fucking blocks. Horrible. Calcaterra just whiffed on a fucking block. Bad. So AJ Brown probably would have had a touch. He probably would have had a fucking touchdown. Probably would have had a fucking touchdown. Wide open downfield. You can't block like that. I mean, that's just you can't fucking block. I mean, I don't even Calcaterra. It's not the first time he's done that. He's done this a few times already. Now here's another one I'll put up. This is one to Devontae Smith on this play. He's on the left side. Devontae Smith running downfield, pressure, and another play that would have. See what I'm saying? Like when you're predictable, this is on Kevin Patullo as well because when you're predictable like this later in the game, you have to work for these big explosive plays. But because you're not switching things around and you're running the same play a lot of times and you're not really changing anything that you're doing. Here we go. Devontae Smith. What? Bottom, what? In the slot? On the bottom? Yeah. Or is that AJ Brown? I think that was Devontae Smith. I don't know. I think that was Devontae Smith. Yeah. This play, I forgot what this play is. Is this the same play? No, it's not. Yeah, everything's covered. Yeah, up top, maybe it may have been open, but yeah, that's when they came back to AJ Brown on that one play. So let's see. Let's watch that again. See, watch. Look, who fucked up? Look at that block from the tight end. No, look, tight ends, they can't block for shit. Look at that. Hurts would have had time, but that blitz, see what I'm saying? Like, that's what happens. It sucks. That's exactly what happens. Because you're not changing up your cadence and you're not changing up, that defense has nothing to worry about, But he can't make that throw because there's pressure immediately. Because Patullo is you're running the same shit that defense is not going to be afraid to rush. They know what you're running. And hence why they're not worried about anything. Yeah, they're running 12. If they're running 12 personnel, like I don't know if Granson could block because I think that was Granson up top on that other that second video that we just showed. That didn't look good at all. That didn't look good. I did not like how that looked at all. So that's where you're at, man. That's where you're at and shit like this. max protect with crappy protectors. I think Philly said we better with 4 wideouts. Philly says, thank you, Joey. Seeing is believing. Some people think we're wrong about our criticism. Yeah, the tape doesn't lie. It doesn't. You know, like, I had to go over some tape. I had to look at a few more things. Like, you know, like some of the route combinations. Some of these receivers they're running. There was another one. Some fans were drawing up some of these plays. Okay, like I don't even have to. I had to look at these closely. 4 fucking receivers, 4 players are going downfield 10 fucking yards, a little bit over 10. They're running a route 10 yards on a go route upfield. And Hurts is sitting there already ready. No one's broken from their fucking route yet. Nobody has. Not one player did. They're running downfield in the same vicinity. There's no middle. There's no one going middle of the field. There's no check down. There's nothing else there. All 4 of those guys that ran that go route upfield for 10 yards at the same time, no one's broken out of those routes yet, and nobody is open yet, and Hurts is still sitting there waiting for someone to get open. So I think like we're right there. I feel like there's shit happening. We're right there. We just gotta wait. We just gotta give it time, and I think we'll be fine. You know? Yo, first super chat of the night, bro. Thank you so much, Michael Goldberg, for the super chat. Didn't say anything, but thank you so much. Much appreciated, my friend. Much appreciated, buddy. I hate you. So it's just that the offense spacing is terrible. You have receivers running in breakers, curl might under them, blocking them multiple times. Yeah, and that's another thing too. Some of these plays are just pure go routes, and then they just like I don't know what they're doing. I honestly don't. Not a comeback, not a curl, nothing. There's not like they run all the way upfield. Middle, the underneath is wide open, so they don't put a running back on a wheel route. I mean, like Barkley would be open. Barkley would be open every fucking time. If the Eagles didn't have to fucking block everybody, you know, he'd be open every single time. So, and we've seen that shit before early in seasons. We've seen that fucking play calling before. This ain't the first time we've seen it, you know? But that's where we're at. You know, we just gotta give it more time. Give it more time. That's how it is. But before anything, before we end this stream time, I want to thank everybody for joining tonight. We're gonna do another one this week. And you know, we'll be ready to go. So I've had some I'm actually looking for somebody right now to do some live streams with me throughout the week. Not the shakedowns of Philly, but I'm looking to do some other work with some other people as well. To maybe do like another podcast during the week, or not really a podcast, just like a get together type stream with somebody. To kind of just, I don't know, just to make it more fun. This way, it's not just me all the time. You know, so that's where we're kind of at. But if you guys have it, okay, make sure, okay, me and Philly 500 just ordered a new batch of Super Bowl rings, new batch, because the other ones are now going to be sent out to people that pre-ordered them, and we have the new ones here. Now these are pre-ordered. Yet the pre-orders are out for these rings until October 1st. They will be shipped out 10/13. Okay, these pictures are he actually put them on the site. These are pictures of that. These are my pictures actually. He put them on the site, which is great. So this is the ring, $42 ring. It's worth it. It's not diamonds for what it is, and it's heavy. It's a very heavy ring, and it works really well. Me and Philly got samples of this ring. We have sold a lot of these rings already. So definitely check out the Super Bowl rings. If you guys have it, like I said, comes in a sweet box. Comes in a sweet box like this. So to kind of show you guys a little bit, if I could kind of get this going a little bit here. That is the ring with the wings open. The writing is inside the ring, inside the wings. Everything is included on this ring. There's nothing missing from it. It's heavy as hell. There are some crystals. And they're made from scratch, and they look amazing. They look awesome. So if you guys have it, check that out. Check that out. I'll put the pre-order link. Like I said, these are for October 1st pre-orders, so this will not be sent out until October 13th if you buy one right now. But they work really well. The wings, I've tested the wings a million times, and they're perfectly fine. If you have it, check that out. So definitely hit that if you guys have it. Just support the Shakedown as well. We have the new Jalen Hurts joint T-shirt. This is obviously from back in the day. Definitely check out the Shakedown Hurts joint T-shirt if you haven't checked that one. That's another really good one. Just going to give you some of the links for that if you guys haven't checked it out. What else we got here? I know we got some other new stuff. Yeah, we got the main thing T-shirt. This is the one that sold a lot last year, and we actually sold a few this year already. This is the iconic moment in the hallway, the main thing T-shirt. Definitely go check that one out. Love that. I just got one actually not too long ago. It's in the mail right now. So the main thing T-shirt is there. You know, all the links are in the description as well. I'm just putting them in the live chat. If you guys want to go to the store, check out some of our stuff. And I'm trying to find the other shirt that we have. Here it is. This is a Super Bowl champion shirt. This is a premium. This is a very nice. It's a very good. All the shirts are premium, but this is a higher premium shirt with the Super Bowl champions on the front. Then the back, it has Jalen Hurts' Super Bowl ring on the back in different locations. It says "Money is nice, championships are better." So that's another shirt that's out. So I'll put the link for that in there. Or if you want to look at the whole entire store, we have a lot more stuff in there from the last couple years already. So yeah, definitely check all that great stuff that we're selling. So we have like another 8 or 9 things coming out this year. They're just taking a little bit of time to make right now, but Super Bowl rings are available. So just letting everybody know on that front what's going on. But other than that, guys, appreciate the super chats. Appreciate everybody jumping into the stream today. And we'll be back with more probably Friday, I would say. We'll be back Friday with some more another live stream. Shakedown on Saturday, obviously, post Shakedown on Sunday. Same schedule as usual for a normal Sunday on the weekend. You guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you guys on the next one. Jake Squad up, follow side. Peace out, guys. Peace.